Rest in peace, David Stern. You allowed hip hop to permeate through the NBA until Gilbert Arenas' dumbass brought guns into a into a locker room, and now they all dress like Cam Newton, and Dwayne Wade knew his son was gay at 3. Either ways, great man. Really appreciate what he did for the sport of basketball. Respect. So, with that being out of the way. Yeah, man. Another hate crime, another anti-Semitic attack in New York, which, like, once again, fight for New York type deal going on with this, but let's get into it.
First, another anti-Semitic hate crime in the city this morning. A Brooklyn woman is facing charges in the most recent incident that the NYPD.
Did you hear that? Did you hear how she said a Brooklyn woman? Like, what? What part of... No, we also have Tiffany Harris. A lot of females are participating in this anti-Semitism.
With more officers on the streets. Good morning. I'm Jessica Moore in for Chris Ragney. And I'm Mary Kelly. Welcome to CBS 2 News this morning. The NYPD says there have been 13 reported anti-Semitic hate crimes across the city since December 23rd, the first full day of Hanukkah.
Okay, first and foremost, the MILF strength here is strong, even though the one on the right reminds me, I don't know why, but she reminds me of, not the one on the right, the one on the left, reminds me of Wednesday Addams more than anything else, but the one on the right, yikes, my goodness, me. I mean, there's a lot of strong MILF energy right here. You gotta enjoy the small things like this.
CBS 2's Nick Calloway joins us live from outside Brooklyn Criminal Court, where a suspect in the most recent attacks is facing charges. Nick.
Jessica and Mary, the suspect in that most recent attack yesterday was brought here to face a judge. Police say she randomly attacked a Jewish man, and it's just the latest in a troubling pattern of violence.
They took him and threw him down to the ground and broke his phone and threw the phone to his head.
That's how witnesses...
Oh, Christ. All right, so the suspect in this instance is Jasmine Lucas. And once again, you have someone who is just very high up on the progressive stack with more than likely, I can't sit here and speak in absolutes, but with more than likely a victim narrative just permeating through her brain, like, oh, well, because this group's done this, I can attack this individual. And it's like, sweetheart, no. This is why, ladies, you need a sense stick in your life, something that can come through and pump all that good, that good logic back inside of you.
Describe Wednesday's attack as 2 women yelled anti-Semitic slurs, and one of them attacked a 22-year-old Jewish man in Williamsburg. 24-year-old Jasmine Lucas of Brooklyn is facing charges. The second woman was questioned and released. The day before, a father says his 15-year-old son was riding the bus home from school in Gravesend when he was robbed at knife point by 2 men.
They took his yarmulke off his head, and they took his earpods off his ear. They pushed him, they threatened him, but then they ended up getting off the bus.
The NYPD...
Jesus Christ. And like I say all the time, being awful knows, like, really doesn't know any boundaries. So male, female, anything like that. Being awful human being is being awful human being. But as far as people who've been caught, yeah, a lot of them are chicks, man. A lot of the chicks are getting caught doing this.
Says there's been 13 reported anti-Semitic hate crimes across the city since December 23rd, the first full day of Hanukkah. Police released videos of 2 recent attacks they believe may share the same group of suspects. The first shows a group approach, then punch a 56-year-old Hasidic man in Crown Heights last Tuesday, knocking him to the ground. Then minutes later, just blocks away, a group hits another Hasidic man over the head with a folded chair.
They're going to attack Jews. They're going to pay a price.
In Crown Heights, the Guardian Angels have started patrolling the streets again alongside the NYPD and state troopers.
They're starting to...
That's nuts, but like, yeah, aren't they like considered a militia? I'm not 100% sure, but Guardian Angels, respect for, protecting those who honestly... Let's be real, protect yourself at all times. I cannot stress personal responsibility and personal accountability any more than I already do. One of the bigger problems I've always had with exes is that I'll get them, a box cutter. I get a little 22 or something like that. And she's like, no, I don't need that. And I'm just like, For real? Because this role is nuts. I'll do it. Or in the Amazing Lucas video where the girl is just sitting there sleeping on a New York City subway. Like, a little more self-preservation it can go wonders, you know, because who's going to be there faster than you in a situation in which you find yourself in danger, right? So it's always best to just look out for yourself first, but hella respect to the guardian angels for doing this. This is something that they are well known for. A lot of people have placed the label of a racist organization upon them, or, you know, it's like a hateful organization upon them. But not at least not in this instance.
Call the guardian angels as they did in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s. We shouldn't have to go back to that period of time. We became such a better city, and now we're beginning to slip back into the abyss.
What's old is new again, my friend. Honestly, like a life, society, civilizations, they run cyclical. You know, so it would seem. It's like with the presidency, right? We get 8 years red, 8 years blue. 8 years red, 8 years blue, depending on how it turns out. And that's because usually by the time the blue is done, it has revealed itself as, you know, just the establishment here to destroy and corporatize and sanitize and do the like. So the red team by default become the anti-establishment. You know, that's what's running right now with Trump. Trump is anti-establishment, so thusly a lot of people are running with him. But by the time his second tenure is up, he'll be established. So thusly, the blue team will have a better shot depending on how things pan out. So, you know, I mean, that really these things do run in cycles, it seems.
Wednesday morning, Governor Cuomo toured Williamsburg and directed state police to add patrols in Jewish neighborhoods across the state. Mayor de Blasio says additional NYPD strategic response officers will also be on the streets.
The mayor.
I would literally be like, hey, Louis Farrakhan, can you come and, you know, say some nice things about the Jewish people? So, you know, let's start quelling that amongst the bleeps who are so fervent in their animosity towards this certain group. I mean, and once again, like I say, this is by no means a victim shame at all, but the Hasidics or the Orthodox Jews, like such as this gentleman right here, they are rather easily identifiable. So these people who are taking out their anger on the group, they just see this one person who's easily identifiable and they go after them. And I'm not sitting here saying that that's not right by any stretch of the imagination. I believe, hey, I am of the mindset that if a woman walks topless down a street, you should not mess with her. No. But at the same time, sweetie, be aware of your surroundings. Like, if you're gonna walk around topless, I would suggest you have a box cutter or a gun, and be very, very aware. That requires you being even more vigilant in your self-preservation. Am I making sense? I hope I'm making sense. But yeah, let's finish it. Let's wrap this one on up.
And the governor, and they just come and give their lip service. We want to see policies that will actually keep our neighborhood safe.
And later this morning, members of New York's congressional delegation will announce a plan to protect certain at-risk nonprofits like synagogues and churches. This in response to the surge in anti-Semitic violence. We're live in downtown Brooklyn. Nick Calloway, CBS 2.
Like, I really wouldn't be too surprised if, you know, like the fun we're having with immigration wouldn't play a role in this as well. So, with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you like to toss a like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice. See me get videos like this every single day. Bang the bell for notifications. Share, because sharing is caring, and YouTube and BitChute and like aren't the biggest fans of your boy over here. And speak. Let me know. What do you think in the comments? Like...
Thousands of runners welcomed in the new year by taking part in the annual Midnight Run in Central Park. It's the 41st year.
But shut up. All right? I don't care about the Midnight Run in Central Park. Anyways, Jasmine Lucas did everything wrong, okay? As did Tiffany Harris. They are doing everything wrong. If you want to harm, or if you walk out with the intent to harm another individual, I'm sorry, but you're doing everything wrong. But you may feel differently. I mean, I've had some interesting conversations after the Lucas video, primarily because, you know, there's a lot of people who are just like, yeah, vigilante justice. Oh man, I want to be Batman too. I get it. I completely get it. And oh man, the system that you're boosting is the same one you're talking about is trash. Yeah, I admit it's trash, but unfortunately, it's the best trash that we got. It's the trash that got us here. And honestly, if we adhere to it, it could be better. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's the only one we got. Anything else is chaos and anarchy. And if you really feel as if it's not, then explain it to me. Explain to me how it isn't. Mob rule is chaos. But if you feel differently, that's what I have a comment section for. All right? Until the next one.